Right, for setting arrangement, okay, setting arrangements at the training site should be based on an understanding of desired type of training interaction and the training interaction. So here we have four types of the setting arrangement. We have the fan type, we have the classroom, conference type, and also the last one, the horseshoe, or known as the U type arrangement. Fan type setting is conducive to allowing trainees to see from any point in the room. Okay, trainees can easily switch from listening to a presentation to practicing in groups, and trainees can communicate easily with everyone in the room. Fan type setting is also the effective for training that includes training working in the groups and teams and to analyze problem and synthesize information. Okay, but if the training primarily involve the knowledge acquisition with lecture and audiovisual presentation, okay, method. So the traditional classroom type setting is appropriate. Okay, traditional classroom instruction allows trainees interaction with the trainers, but it's also make it difficult for trainees to work in a team. Okay, these are particularly if the seats are not movable to other location in the room. Now, if the training emphasize the total group discussion with limited presentation and no small group interaction, conference type arrangement may be the most effective. Okay? But if the training require both presentation and a total group instruction, so the horseshoe or the U-type arrangement is useful. Choosing trainers. Okay, for selecting a professional trainers or consultant is one obvious. The trainers are whether from inside or outside the company should have the expertise in the topic and experience in the training. Okay, the trainer, or in the UiTM we known as the train of trainer (TOT) programs are necessary for managers, employees, and expert who may have a content knowledge but need to improve presentation and communication skill, gain an understanding of the key component of the learning process. Okay, example, the feedback, practice, or learn to develop the lesson plan. Okay, this may involve having employees and manager earn a certificate verifying that they have skill needed to be in order to increase their chances of success in the first courses. Okay, the new trainer should be observed and should receive coaching and feedback used in house expert for training. Okay, it is important to emphasize that this expert convey training content in concrete a manner as possible. Okay, example, using appropriate example of the document. Okay, so this one is especially if the audience is unfamiliar with the content. Okay, expert may have a tendency to use more abstract and advanced concept that may confuse the training. Okay, so in-house experts should be encouraged to talk about their experiences, their background, and the use activities that reinforce what trainings are learning. Okay, also here they need to facilitate the discussion. Okay, so to overcome in-house experts lack of instructional skills and lack of interest in leading a training session, okay, you might want to consider having them co-train with the instructor. Okay, so that way on the flow of the training session, and the in-house expert can do what he or she does best. Example, share expertise and real world example. Okay, so using managers and employees as trainer may help increase the perceived meaningfulness of the more understand the company business. Employee managers trainers tends to make the training content more directly applicable to the training's work. Okay, also having managers and employee lead training session can help increase their support for learning and reduce company dependency or expensive outside consultant. Okay, so serving as trainer can be rewarding for employees and manager if they are recognized by the company or if the training and development plan. Okay, now creating a learning setting. Okay, before choosing a training room, okay, you need to consider how the trainings are expected to learn. Okay, That is determine the extent to which training decide when, where, and how they will learn for self-direction, and whether the learning will occur by interaction with the other. Okay, this one is for the collaboration. Okay. For instance, a classroom with easy to move furniture, so self-direction. Okay, this classroom can be used for lectures, presentation, discussion, and a small group. Okay, a distance learning room that includes computers, cameras, and data equipment supports learning that require low collaboration but high in self-direction. Okay, so self-directed learning that requires little collaboration is the best suit for labs equipped with computer and software that support online learning, computer-based training, and software instruction. But of course, a dedicated training space may not be necessary for these learning requirements because trainee can work from their own computers at work or at home. Okay. Preparation of material. Okay, you need to know your content very well. Okay, use mental and physical rehearsal to help build your confidence and to evaluate the pace and timing of material. Okay, observe master trainers to get new ideas. Okay, design the training from the audience perspective. Okay, maybe ask so what. Okay, about everything you plan to do. Okay, if you are using computers, videos, the internet, distance learning, or other technologies, please make sure you know how to work the equipment and have a backup material in the case of the technology fail. Okay, so make sure that your visual are available in the list of performer. Okay, example here we have the PowerPoint and also the overhead and so on. Okay, please arrive at the training room at least 15 or 30 minutes early to make sure the room is set up correctly, materials are available, and the technology is functioning. Okay, always greet the trainees as they enter the room. Now, adaptation to general difference. Okay, trainers needs to conduct an analysis of their audience. Okay, to be effective trainer, you need to stay in touch with the pop culture and the world event. Be familiar with the relevant studies and survey and know your audience. Okay, this one is for the demographic information. Okay, needs to be aware of shared values of the learners that may be based on the age, okay, the personality or other characteristics such as I mentioned, the demographic, the geography, culture, profession, or experience. Okay, this will help you use a language. Okay, example, the stories, the illustration, and reference in the training that the learners can relate based on their experience. Now, the traditionalists. Okay, traditionalists prefer a stable, orderly learning environment. Okay, they do not like to be put on the spot in front of the other trainee. Okay, they value direct presentation of information and training materials that are organized logically. Okay, they like trainers to ask them to share their experiences or anecdotes. Okay, but they also look to for trainers to provide their expertise. For baby boomers, okay, they prefer classroom learning. Okay, baby boomers respond well to interactive training activities. Okay, they like group activities and well organized training material with an overview of the information and an easy way to access more detailed information. Okay, compared to the other group, okay, they are especially motivated to learn if they believe that the training content will benefit them personally. Okay, baby boomers needs to work on translating the knowledge they have into skill. Okay, so this means the trainers should ensure that within the courses and programs there are opportunities for boomers to put knowledge gained into practice. All right, members of Generation X or Gen Xers, okay, they prefer a self-directed learning environment that includes technology delivered methods. Okay, they respond best to training methods that allow them to work at their own pace. Okay, example here we have a CD room and web-based training. Okay, and also Gen X are a highly motivated learner who view training as the way to increase their employability. Okay? They like to learn by doing through experimentation and feedback. Okay? They respond best to training material that provide visual stimulation with relatively few words. Okay? Question and answer session will help meet the Gen X needs for giving and receiving feedback. Millennial, okay, prefer to learn have been influenced by their familiarity and experience with the Google and the social media to access information, knowledge, and ideas, and ask for and receive feedback from their friends. Okay, millennials are want access to learning on demand, prefer short learning modules, and want learning to be engaging. Okay, they also value learning that occurs through collaboration with their peers and having a mentor or coach. Okay, they also prefer a blended learning approach that involves a self-paced online learning for acquiring a base concept, ideas, and knowledge, okay, followed by the group activity and hands-on practice in which they work with other on question, case, and role playing. Okay. They are motivated to learn skill and acquire knowledge that will help make their working lives less stressful and increase their employability. Okay, they place a high value on money, so linking the training to monetary incentive may facilitate training. Okay, millennial also value experience that can help them grow, work that is meaningful, access to great technology, space for socializing and collaboration, and honest feedback. Next, okay, or the Generation Z, okay, similar to millennial, okay, the Gen Z employees are likely to have expectation that training can it using smartphones, notebook, computers, and tablet. Okay, the Gen Z or next employees also value networking and learning from their experiences. Okay, this means that they have high expectation for learning on job and from mentors, rather than from traditional classroom training. Okay, the Gen X who will be managing this generation will need to answer the Gen Z employees' question about why they are expected to perform, okay? Provide instant feedback, and offer praise when they get work completed. Okay? Training should be interactive. Okay, use multimedia presentation. Okay, example visual, voice, and music, and also to incorporate now pre-training motivation. Okay, the important role of motivation in the learning was discussed in the previous chapter by Shifa and Sawa. Okay, in order to enhance the training motivation to learn, okay, it is important to communicate to trainees before they attend the purpose of the course, learning objective, course prerequisite, and who else will be attending. Okay, it is also important to communicate how the course will be meaningful and useful. Okay, one way to do this is by sharing a testimonial or example of how other trainees has benefited from the course. Okay, trainers can also increase the meaningfulness of the course and motivation to learn by assigning pre-work or pre-training assignments such as reading or cases, or by asking trainees to email or bring to class work-related problem or issues to be used as example or discussed during class. Okay, these activities help trainees come to the course or program with a sense of purpose and focus. Training motivations to learn and use of training content on the job can also be enhanced by getting managers to communicate and reinforce the importance of training, provide training with the opportunity to attend and discuss with them their expectation for using training content in their work, okay, or maybe for teaching other to use what they have learned. Okay,